Welcome to another episode of Thanalysis show with your one and only Thanalysis Antetokounmpo. What's up, Milwaukee? What's up, Greece? What's up, US? Man, today I have a special guest, and I've interviewed his brother, and I was so excited, and I told him I wanted to interview both of them at the same time. We didn't get a chance. He was actually in a camp, but we get him now, and I got to give him the intro, right? Representing Wisconsin, bantamweight champion, Bellator, Sergio Pettis.
Yes, sir. My man, you did good.
I'm good?
That's great. I like that.
Appreciate you, big dog. So, off the rip, what you think about Jake and Mike Tyson fight, bro?
You know what? I respect Mike Tyson for going in there at 58 years old. That's a scary thing to do. I just boxed this past weekend and I was terrified, bro. I was terrified. But Jake, he's putting in the work. He looked clean. He looked good. I've seen his last couple fights, and I'm very impressed with Jake Paul. Mike Tyson, still a G, legend. Made some money last night.
Made some money.
Yeah, that's all that matters. You know what I'm saying? 20 mil? Sign me up.
Sign me up. Exactly. What'd you think? Let's talk about your fight.
Yes, sir.
So how'd you feel? How stepping in the ring, because the octagon ring.
Yep.
Two different things. Same thing, obviously, but two different things in the aspect.
Same, different. Yeah. You know what? It was cool, man. This year I actually got to go to Japan and fight in June. And I did MMA inside of a ring, so I kind of got the ring feel out a little bit. Yeah. Went to this boxing event, went to Club 11, so I was fighting in the club, and so it was cool, man. A lot of cool people around, and yeah, stepping in the boxing ring was different. It was a little bit of a different feel, a different mentality. The pressure is a little different. There's only two options: hit or don't get hit. So where MMA, I could wrestle, I could do kicks, I could punch, and elbow. Only in there is hit or not get hit. It was scary, bro.
Oh, okay, but which one you like more though?
You know what? I'm getting older, so I feel like boxing I like a little bit more. It's not as bad on my knees and my shoulders. Where wrestling, tears up my knee. I tore my ACL wrestling, so I've got some injuries from the MMA game. But boxing, I think it was a little bit more friendly on the body and that aspect. But the head, you get hit a little bit more on the head.
That is true.
A lot more.
How'd you recover from your ACL?
Man, I just took off. I had about 15 months off. I tore my ACL. No competition, no nothing for a bit. And they brought me back in, had a tough fight, but 15 months off, man. Yeah, it was a rough little go. Yes, sir. No money, no nothing. I was hurting.
I don't even know.
Yeah, I was hurting, man. Yes, sir.
You're like, I gotta get back out there. I need a job.
Man, it was a cool transition for me, because I learned how much I truly love the sport. Because around that time, there was a tournament going on. It was $1 million tournament. So I was just got my belt, about to go. Just got a viral knockout too. I got a spinning back fist knockout. It was epic. Then I have a chance for $1 million tournament. Bam, turn my ACL. Yep, no money for a year and a half. Missed out on $1 million. But it taught me a lot of stuff, man. I think injuries are a weird thing,
Of course, it's crazy. I'm injured, and I know I'm mentally tough. And people can tell you this about me. They'll be like, "Oh man, this guy is always positive, mentally tough, and stuff like that." But me going through this injury, really had to prove to myself, hey, I can do this and do this with a smile on my face.
For
and
sure.
Really attack this rehab every day.
Yes,
every day,
Yeah, man.
It's crazy. Okay, so now, where are we leaning to? You're a champion, by the way, bro.
Yes, sir.
Bantamweight champion, Bellator champion.
Well, ex-champion. Yes, sir. Yeah, but still.
You're a champion. Once a champion, you're always a champion.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You're
I
a
appreciate
champion.
that. Yes, sir.
I'm saying now, moving. Are you leaning towards boxing?
I still feel like I have some more to prove in the MMA road. As far as I got a belt under Bellator, and I'm happy what's going on. They let me box outside of things. I still feel I want one more belt. My brother Anthony's got 2 belts, and I feel like that's something that really intrigues me, to be the first 2 brothers to hold 2 belts.
Yeah.
So that'd be
that's family.
That'd be epic.
That's legacy right
Yes,
there.
Sir.
That's
legacy. Real legacy.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Do you always think, and I say this with my brothers too, right? We all do the same sport. Do you ever think man, they look up to me, or that he not only look up to me, but it doesn't matter the age gap, or older or younger, but he's looking towards me to see hey, I gotta I gotta make him proud. You know what I'm saying? I gotta.
Yeah, for sure, man. You know how it is when you have that last name. You have a certain level that you gotta sit at. And same thing when I came into the UFC and I was 20 years old. Had my brother a champion at the time, so I was like dealing with a lot of pressure. Put me in the UFC, and it was eating me up for a little bit. But then as I got older, I feel like it was cool to see like how Anthony set this bar so high for me, and then I was like able to get to my level of that bar, and then we kind of pushed each other. Like he saw where I was going, is motivated again. As he's getting older to get remotivated, and he had some great things going on. He's boxed Roy Jones Jr. Some cool things. So I'm like. It just was helping me because I lost my last 2 fights, so now it's like kind of making me level up again. So it's cool to have that, man.
What's the biggest? You've watched them box, you watched them wrestle, you've watched them hit people. Like, what's the biggest thing you've learned, your brother?
I've learned to adapt with time. Is watching Anthony. He's a very independent individual, but a very intelligent individual too. He's got businesses outside the fight game.
Mm-hmm.
He's been this way since he was a young man. When he was 16 years old, he was working at Charlie's Steakhouse, and within 2 years became the manager. Anthony was a very driven individual.
Got that work ethic. Yeah.
Oh man, he's got that work ethic. He gets it from my mom and my dad. My dad was a hustler. My mom's got that work ethic, and Anthony's a blend of them both. And anything he touches turns into gold, bro. So, it's cool to have that and to see that. And yeah, man, what a blessing. Yeah, APFC, bro. This weekend,
is crazy,
man,
right?
Within 2 years, look what he did. This
I can't wait to see 10 years from now, 8 years from now, like.
Bro, I should probably invest.
Yes, sir. Hey, man, just out there. First of all, if anybody wants to invest into fighting, you come to the brothers right here, man. Apart from fighting, right? Who is Sergio? What drives him? What is his upbringing? Who are you? Because I heard from your brother, but if you ask me and Giannis and Kostas and Alex, it's 4 different things.
100%.
Like how was it when you grew up?
You know what? I grew up. I was a short brother, bro. So I had a lot of.
Me too. You know that, right? I'm the shortest in my family, by the way.
I wish I was your short, bro. I wish I was your short.
Everybody's like 6'8", 6'9".
Yeah.
So Alex 6'8.5". Kostas and Jan at 6'11".
Wow.
Okay, my older brother's a little bit shorter than me, but I'm the shortest from the hoopers.
Wow,
I'm the
that's
hooper.
crazy.
I'm the 6'7".
6'7" short. That's wild, man. Yeah, I'm 5'5". So I was like,
yeah.
My brother Ant, he's like 5'10" or 5'11", 5'10". My brother Ray's like 5'9", 5'10". So I just missed the height, bro. I got unfortunate.
You had to wait to. Okay, so tell me the classes a little bit before you start. Like, what's the classes in UFC?
UFC. So I was fighting at 135 when I start there. So that's bantamweight division. And then I was a little small for that division, so I went down to 125. I was fighting at flyweight.
Flyweight.
Yeah,
okay.
And that was a rough, hard weight cut for me, bro. So had to go back up to 35. But yeah, there's 45, 55. Anthony's a 55er and a 170er. Me, I'm like 35er. Yep.
35.
25, 35.
You just said counting weight. How hard that is?
Oh, bro.
We don't have to, you know what I'm saying? We don't have to do it unless you're injured or something like that.
Yeah. It's really tough, man, especially when you got to make a certain weight class. When I was the champ, I had to be 135 flat. So when I was champion, you get to be like 136, But you learn a lot during the weight cuts, man. You learn a lot during that adversity when you can't eat certain things, when you can't drink certain things, on top of having to train, on top of, dealing with media and the stress of, just life in general. It becomes a lot. But obviously I've done it so many times in so many years, I've got used to it. But yeah, it's
have you ever had I see all the time, I've seen like videos. That's why the reason I asked you was I was watching a video on Instagram and guys were passing out.
Oh, for sure, man. Yeah.
Guys like, you ever had something like that happen to you?
You know what? Not to me. I feel I'm always prepped. I try to prep my body the right way. I've had some scares as far as like things that happened to me that weren't supposed to happen during weight cuts. Like I lost my hearing for a little bit one time, and it was like a year, not a year. It was like an hour and a half. I lost my hearing. And yeah, bro, I was tripping out. After that, I made a transition. Like I ain't messing around ever again. I was being a young man during the weight cut, not taking it serious.
You lost your hearing.
Yeah, I lost my hearing for a bit, bro. It was scary. I was terrified.
Oh, no,
I was terrified. I was just like literally completely lost it. I'm like, bro, what's going on? They gave me some IVs. I rehydrated.
Okay.
Back to normal. But yeah, I was like, after that, I'm not dealing with that again.
That's wild.
Yeah, bro. It's scary. It's scary. I've seen some hard weight cuts. My brother Anthony had to go down to 145, and tough times, man. Tough times, for real.
Yeah, I don't think they understand how much sacrifice and what it takes to, they see it and like, okay, I can do this. A lot of people be like, oh yeah, I could go like, yeah, bro, I could I could step on the court.
Yeah.
You'd be like, I could step on the court. Or like I could step on the ring or
For
like,
sure.
Nah.
Not at all, bro. I mean, you guys sacrificed a lot. You guys got to be away from your families for a long time and running all day, every day. I'm sure your legs are sore,
people
man.
Don't say this enough. People don't say enough how many times. Forget about now, right? Now it's the top of the top, right? And it's different. But in the beginning, you gotta understand, like a lot of guys who were playing pro didn't sacrifice a lot growing up. Like the movies, kind of everybody going out, all this kind of like none of that. Man. You work out, practice till you get what you want to be, you know? And it's so cliche, everybody be like, I sacrificed this, sacrifice the other thing. But it's only cliche to people who haven't done it.
100%.
It's like, yeah, I've heard this before. Just for you to be in the NBA or go any other sport or be professional, you got to work hard. I'm like, it's a cliche, this, that. I'm like, it's not, because guys who do this understand it's a reality. Ain't no other way. You know what I mean?
100%. Lifestyle, man. Yes. Lifestyle. Yeah, same with me for my career. I've been doing this for 13 years now professionally. And right when I got out of high school, I went straight into pro fighting. And yeah, I mean, just the things you learn from this, like you're not as tough as you think you are. It's like you learn how much more you have to grow daily. And I think that's something people lack. They just kind of live their lives daily without testing themselves, really having a hardship, where it's like maybe a run, maybe a sauna, anything. Yes, sir. Anything.
The do nothing, that kills me.
Yeah.
Can't stand that. I just not going to do
I'm a big person on reps, so even if you sit around and you rep doing nothing, you're going to continue doing nothing, so yeah, man, it's important. We see the reps every day, how important reps are. Yes, sir.
What? So, okay, what are you going to do when you retire? How are you going to feel about that when you like...
Oh, man, you know what? I feel when I retire, I think I'll be calm and, cool with what I got going on. I feel like I accomplished the stuff that I want to accomplish, but I still don't see myself retiring for another like 8 to 10 years.
Yeah.
My body's been really taken care of. That's one thing about me. I fight very smart. I do. I try not to take any hits. I haven't been cut on my face. I have 30 fights, not one cut. So I'm a smart fighter, man. I take care of my brain and I make sure that I'm fighting for longevity. I have a late blooming. We were talking about that earlier.
Yeah.
I'm one of those.
Yeah. So
yes,